So I figured after months of disputing when to start doing reviews again, even coming to the point of having a TNA Turning Point review done and easily able to submit it up onto YouTube, I decided against it. I felt like it wasn't really the best way to return after 7 months. A lot of stuff went down to stop Nix and I from being able to do reviews regularly. I'm not going to get into that. But either way, I figured after watching Survivor Series tonight, now was the best time to get back into doing reviews. For me, it's a much easier way to voice my opinion, even if very few people see it. It's better than just voicing my opinion on a message board and just whatever arguments may spout out off of that. It's just not worth it. But either way, here is my review, my first review in 7 months for WWE Survivor Series 2012. So Survivor Series kicked off with the traditional 5-on-5 elimination match. I'm quite sure it was unannounced. I'm not sure. It might have been on WWE.com. Either way, it was Tensai, primetime players, and Primo and Epico taking on Sin Cara, Rey Mysterio, Tyson Kidd, Justin Gabriel, and Brodus Clay. When it comes to this match, first thing that comes to mind, obviously, you get the Albert chance with Tensai, and it's still a shame the fans really try their damnedest to bury this character. It's not even funny anymore. It hasn't been funny since the start. But I think WWE shot themselves in the foot by not having Tensai just, when he cut that very first promo saying very few words, just say, yeah, I'm Albert and I'm back. Then fans have no reason to act like idiots. But when it comes to this match, it's everything you'd expect from a traditional Survivor Series match. You got some offense in between. Everyone got their offense in. You had one particular spot which stuck out, which you'll probably see on your next Botchamania. Brodus Clay attempted what looked to be a T-bone suplex on Tensai, and of course Tensai ended up flat on his face. I'm not sure if he sandbagged. There was that incident where people were wondering if Tensai sandbagged Ryback. Whether that was the same thing here, I'm not sure. Either way, it just did not look good. Brodus Clay was eliminated by Tensai shortly after. Tensai was then shortly eliminated by Justin Gabriel after hitting the same splash on Gabriel that he hit on Brodus to eliminate Brodus. He went for it again after Gabriel kicked out, and then, Gabriel rolled him up in a crucifix to get the win. So, I don't know, I just thought that was awkward how Justin Gabriel can apparently survive what Brodus Clay cannot. JBL, Tensai was a big focus on me for this match. JBL tried to hype him up the best he can. He made notice of his New Japan days once again. But, overall, this character's been dead in the water for a while now, no matter how hard they try. And, of course, one week he loses the Truth on Raw, and, now he beats Brodus on a pay-per-view. So apparently Truth is better than Brodus. But other than that, there really isn't too much bad to say about this match. Brodus Clay was the only member of his team eliminated. And really, other than that, I'm just surprised most of these guys were even on the pay-per-view to begin with. I know it was an unannounced match. It was good for what it was, but obviously nothing too special. Next, we had the Divas title match between Kaitlyn and Eve. Prior to the match, Kaitlyn was attacked backstage once again. She fended off her attacker, who was revealed to be Oksana. She then confronted Eve about it, of course, her opponent. When it comes to the match, there really isn't too much to say. As all Diva matches are. When it comes down to it, if you're expecting a great match out of it, you're looking for the wrong place. But for what this was, it wasn't too bad. Eve scores the victory and retains her title. It was a solid Divas match for what you can expect it to be. Next, you had the United States title match, Antonio Cesaro defending against R-Truth. Cesaro cut the generic anti-USA promo before the match. JBL, throughout the match was taking shots at Michael Cole. And really, there's top-notch, funny commentary from JBL like you've come to expect. I know some people don't like him. I've always preferred him. I thought the commentary team as a whole tonight between Cole, JBL, and Jerry Lawler was a nice touch. They did continue to point out the whole rugby aspect of Cesaro's character, which I think they just need to drop already. But when it comes to the match, again, nothing special, but a solid match. Probably more, if anything, more fitting for SmackDown. But, yeah, Cesaro, he gets the win with the neutralizer. Then we had an in-ring segment with AJ and Vicky Guerrero. AJ taking a page out of Vicky's book, showing a bunch of incriminating evidence of Vicky not being very professional, including photoshopped pictures of her on dates with Ricardo Rodriguez, JR, and Brodus Clay. After just a little bit more mindless babble, you get Tamina Snuka coming out, returning from injury, and she takes out AJ. Yeah, I mean, what are you going to say about this? Nobody cares? I mean, I'm sorry, I just defended the Divas a minute ago, but no one's going to care about this. Maybe if you're going to have a Diva come out that nobody cares about, how about someone from NXT like Paige, maybe? Have her come up and do this? I mean, she has that evil kind of look to her anyway. Just, I don't know, maybe something new for once, but who knows, we might get that later in the show, right? Next was the World Heavyweight Championship match between the Big Show and Sheamus. To sum this up quickly, it was good enough that we're going to get it next month. I do think the Hell in a Cell match was better, but it was a good enough match. I don't regret watching it, as I do most Big Show matches. But he and Sheamus do seem to have good chemistry. Like I said, the Hell in a Cell match was better, but this one, it was good enough that I didn't feel like I wasted my time with kind of a hokey ending, with Big Show pulling the referee, Scott Armstrong, in front of Sheamus's rope kick. But, I mean, he ends up getting disqualified for it, so I don't know. The end of the match, though, really, just the aftermath really dragged on. Just tons of unnecessary replays. But, again, other than that, just an average match, good enough to be on the show. Next, you had the traditional 5-on-5 Survivor Series elimination match. Team Foley, consisting of Randy Orton, The Miz, Team Hell No, and Kofi Kingston, took on Team Ziggler, consisting of Dolph Ziggler, Alberto Del Rio, Wade Barrett, Damian Sandow, and Cody Rhodes' replacement, David Otunga. Again, this is just another, as they say, traditional Survivor Series match. This was just your traditional elimination match. Nothing too special. You started to see the bright spots of Miz's face turn, although he was eliminated. Everyone in this match looked good. Everyone got some offense in. David Otunga was really the only down spot. He was the early replacement, and you really couldn't expect much from him. Ziggler had some top-notch selling that everyone has expected out of him. And, Barrett, I think Wade Barrett was a big standout in this match as well. He got some good offense in. But the match ending, thank God, Dolph Ziggler defeats Randy Orton with a surprising sweet chin music. So all in all, a good finish to the match. Randy Orton didn't really need another win at Survivor Series. And the finish was kind of out of nowhere, even though Orton teased the punt, which, most people know they don't want him using the punt anymore. But other than that, like I said, just another standard match, but one of the better matches on the show, if not for the main event. Now, coming into Survivor Series, obviously the main question was what is going to happen in the main event as CM Punk defends his WWE Championship against Ryback and John Cena. Coming into tonight's show, Punk had a 364-day title reign. Would be 365 if he could make it to Raw tomorrow. Now, when it comes to this match, definitely my pick for match of the night. It was nothing too out of control, but a very solid triple threat match with every guy hitting their finisher at least once. A lot of really good near falls. Pretty much everything you'd expect. A lot of guys, everyone getting in an equal amount of offense. Obviously, Punk was targeted by both of his opponents to start off the match. Ryback was taken out with a double suplex to the announcer's table, which was a very nice touch. When it comes down to this match, the one thing everyone will remember, other than CM Punk retaining the belts, is Ryback being attacked. As it appeared, Ryback was about to win the WWE Championship by pinning John Cena. He was jumped by 3 guys in the ring. Those 3 guys being, well, at least 2 of them being internet darlings, who I will admit I'm also very happy to see debut. Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns, all from NXT. Now, obviously this was a huge surprise. I don't think anybody can say that they called this. There might have been something in the back of some people's minds due to Brad Maddox last month at Hell in a Cell. Bottom line is, this was a very nice surprise that made the pay-per-view for probably just about everyone. CM Punk retains the title. Ryback is powerbombed through the Spanish announce table just before the ending of the match. Just a perfect surprise and a perfect way to end Survivor Series, in my opinion. CM Punk makes it to a full year as WWE Champion. Part of me does believe he might, lose the belt tomorrow on Raw in some surprise ending. But I think everyone can look forward to Raw tomorrow, knowing that Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins have finally debuted. When it comes to Roman Reigns, he is a decent in-ring talent. He has the look of a superstar. Obviously, as any internet fan would probably want, I think most people, including myself, would have liked to see Chris Hero, Cassius Ohno in that role. Didn't get it, but you never know what might happen. Obviously, he's still in the system. And who knows? I mean, my guess for tomorrow is whether it was a one-shot deal or not, I don't know. My guess, this is 2 pay-per-views in a row where Punk has won due to interference from relatively unknowns, at least to the mainstream wrestling fans. I see a stable coming out of it. Why not pair Punk up with Brad Maddox, with Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, and Seth Rollins, while you still have Paul Heyman under contract? That gets those 4 guys immediate attention and gives you time to make 4 potential superstars for the future. I can't see where they can go wrong with this stable. I honestly think, at least in the case of Dean Ambrose, Brad Maddox, and Seth Rollins, that they are too good to fail now that they've finally gotten on this stage. So, this is the first time in a while that I've really been looking forward to Raw. It happens with Raw being 3 hours. Part of the reason why I haven't been doing reviews is it is very tough to keep interest. But every once in a while, after a pay-per-view, you will get something like this, especially after Mania, where you just can't help but tune into Raw. So, it is going to be very interesting, but overall, this was a solid Survivor Series. Nothing too special, but I definitely think this will be remembered, hopefully, for the night that Dolph Ziggler finally got a big win, after kind of toiling there after winning the Money in the Bank, and the night that 3 potential superstars finally debuted, especially Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins. But thank you guys for whoever watches this. Obviously I'm going to try and be more consistent with my reviews. Probably I'll do one for Raw. When I do reviews, I'm probably not going to be doing full reviews. If something interests me, I'll make a video about it, but doing a full 3-hour review every Monday is just too much. I haven't really been watching SmackDown. I might review NXT. I will probably be doing TNA pay-per-views, maybe ROH pay-per-views, I'm not sure. We'll see when the time comes. But again, thank you guys for watching this. I appreciate it, and I will see you next time.